Hello, Spring here. That's the thunderstorm just about to start, which is nice because it's been really humid today. Luckily, this morning it was, although it was humid, it was quite dry and blue skies. So I took the opportunity to take the bike out. Just did a quick 30-40 miles, checked everything was alright after I'd played around, and everything's fine. That the overflow tube for the oil vapours from the filter box, air filter box, which I've just run down there for now. That's fine. There's no gunk coming out of it. Like I say, I've already done 30-40 miles, just a quick blast. I found out where that goes. I did find it in the manual. In the end, it actually goes across over the gearbox, if you like. It comes down this side, and it actually follows the same path as all the other drain tubes, which makes perfect sense. So I'll be getting some more, some longer tube to fit on it, and then run it down as standard. Everything else great. This is going to be something that I'm going to be looking at in the future. The carb rubbers, quite a common fault on these. They're cracking, perishing. Then none of them are split. These things are really thick. That sort of outside diameter compared to the inside diameter is about half. The inside is tiny. It's quite restricted, but not. It runs absolutely perfectly the way they were designed, with these having smaller tubes than the previous FJ 1200 had. Nice big wide throttle inlets. Now these are ridiculously expensive from Yamaha. For the 2002 onwards model, these inlet rubbers are a 10mm longer. At least they're 10mm longer than the FJ 1200 ones. The reason I'm mentioning the FJ 1200 is because it's very common for people to swap them out and put the FJ 1200 rubbers on. They're 10mm shorter, but they're bigger in the middle. They're the code number is 36Y stamped on the face. They're easily available. They're less than half the price, even the Yamaha ones, but you can get all sorts of people do them. There is even a set for about half, just over half the price of Yamaha ones, that are the bigger bore, shorter length, but they come with a spacer to bring your length back. The popular modification is you put the earlier ones on, new ones of course, so they're not perished, and then the airbox, it's got 3 bolt holes, and they're already slotted, but what you have to do is slot them out about another 10mm ish, and you just push the whole airbox forward. Luckily it doesn't interfere with anything, and it just allows you to fit the cheaper and apparently better, bigger inlet rubbers. A lot of people do this mod even when they're not perished like mine, because it's sort of believed that you can get an extra 5 horsepower by doing it. Well, so what? I'm not really bothered about that. This bike was about torque, which it's got absolutely tons of. It's glorious on the torque front. It's about 106 horsepower stock, but it's got about 106 newton meters of torque to go with it as well, which is whatever that is in foot-pounds. It's got a lot. It's about a third more torque than the 1200 Bandit, and you really do feel it, and it's just exquisite. I watched a review. The Old Men and Motors have got a YouTube channel, and all of the old Men and Motors programs from, oh blimey, around about the time this bike was manufactured, actually, from sort of 1999 to about 2004, all the Men and Motors programs, two wheels better, bike file. They used to just road test bikes every week and do 3 or 4 muscle bikes, 3 or 4 sports bikes. Really good, really interesting programs. But when they tested this and the GSX 1400 and the ZRX 1200 and the CB 1300, all fantastic, all brilliant, all do the same job. When the guys come back with this, the fella got off it and just said, whoosh. Well, he was right, whoosh. This is super smooth, like flying a Boeing 747, as opposed to a Harrier fight, or what, you know what I mean. You get the idea. Anyway, all that waffle leads me back to, I'm really not sure what I want to do. I need to replace these rubbers because at some point in the future they're going to split properly, and I'm going to have to, it's going to run like a bag of nails. So I do need to replace them. I'd rather replace them sooner than later. The mod ones, or the FJ 1200 ones, are less than half the price, but I do need to slide the airbox forward, and I've looked at some dyno information that somebody's given, and he gave an explanation saying this is the difference. He said you gain a little bit here and you lose a little bit there, and you gain a bit here and you lose a bit there, and it's all very, he said it's sort of, you don't really win other than the fact that they're cheaper. It just slightly changes the characteristics through the rev range, but you know, I'm not really, obviously I'm not fussed about that. So I keep searching for the original ones because I don't know, I don't really, I've been taking the mods off of this bike and it's just perfectly built as it is. It's all down to cost, really. Now these are actually covered on the warranty I got with the bike. I've got a 3-month warranty. They're covered. They will be replaced on warranty should they fail. At the moment they haven't failed, so if they fail within the 3 months they'll get done properly with the correct Yamaha ones, the correct size, and it won't cost me anything. But if they fail after the 3 months, then I'm replacing them anyway. So anyway, that's my quandary. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go on it. I don't particularly want to change them just to gain 5 horsepower at a different point in the rev range, because this is perfectly set up and perfectly tuned and from the factory to do what it does, and I got it for that. It's happy, good fun, good grunt from naught to legal, as opposed to this one, which is fantastic, but all of the fun is from there to there, which is basically once you get to there you're doing 100 mile an hour anyway, so hence the swapping bikes. Well, that was a complete waffle, so thanks for watching. It was just a quick catch up. The rain's come, hopefully it'll absolutely tip it down, which will clear the humidity, and it will give me a chance to see if the gutters on my house are okay after I cleared them all out last week. So thanks for watching. I've been Springy. I'm sure I'm going to be Belly's going to get you. I'm sure I'm going to be back out on this weekend and out in the Escort. So take care, see you soon, ride safe, cheers.